Welcome back to our St. Louis Rams franchise on Madden 11. We started our very first season leading the division at 3-2, thanks in part to our backup quarterback AJ Feely through these first 5 games. Our number 1 draft pick, however, Sam Bradford, is ready to return from injury and make his NFL debut, so let's see how he does in this matchup at home against the 4-1 Chargers. Philip Rivers and the Chargers would start out with the ball first today, facing a 3rd and 5 as Darren Sproles would pick it up, and then just short of midfield, Philip Rivers back to throw again would find Antonio Gates into St. Louis Rams territory, setting up now a long 3rd and 12 as they were just outside of field goal range here as this pass would be completed, but would just be short of the 4th down and the Chargers would settle for a field goal on their first drive. It was time for Sam Bradford to make his NFL debut and his first career pass as a completion, but now faced with a 3rd and 9, we would go to the rookie's arm again, but this pass is going to be short, but coach would keep the offense out on the field as Bradford back to throw finds Steven Jackson out of the backfield, and he is just barely going to pick up that first down as now from the 8-yard line, Sam Bradford finds Brandon Gibson for his first career touchdown pass, and the Rams are going to jump out to a 7-3 lead over the Chargers here with just over a minute and a half to go. We're trying to see if our rookie quarterback can get us down the field and into the end zone before halftime, but faced with a 3rd and inches from the 2-yard line, we would be stuffed. And so instead of a touchdown, we would have to settle for a field goal before half. That would give us a 7-point lead headed into the second half of this game, and our offense was getting off to a great start, but that promising first drive in the 3rd quarter would end quickly. This was our longest field goal attempt of the season from 53 yards out. The kick was up and it was good. And once again, our defense would get another stop against the Chargers, giving our offense a chance to extend this lead. Donnie Avery would come down with that big reception on 4th down, and then it was Brandon Gibson in the end zone again, putting us up 20-3 against the Chargers, and they still have not scored yet since their opening possession of the game, but that's looking like it's going to change on this play. Headed to the start of the 4th quarter now, it was still a 10-point lead for the Rams as Brandon Gibson was going to slip 2 tackles and he's going to take this all the way to the house for a touchdown. Already that is 3 receiving touchdowns for Brandon Gibson in this game as he is absolutely going off, as well as Sam Bradford in his debut. All of a sudden though, since the start of the 4th quarter, our defense couldn't find any way to stop the Chargers offense, and they had got it back down to a 10-point game with just over a minute and a half to go, and this play wasn't looking good for us. A minute 10 now to go, and the Chargers from the 13-yard line as Philip Rivers would take a shot to the end zone, and that's going to be caught. But we would have a chance to put this game away on our next possession if we could knock home this 48-yard field goal, and we would do just that. As the great start to this season continues with Sam Bradford getting a win in his NFL debut and Brandon Gibson having a fantastic day through the air. Sam Bradford threw for 254 yards, and all 3 of his touchdowns were to Brandon Gibson today. And hopefully that great play from our rookie Sam Bradford and our offense can continue into our next matchup on the road against the Buccaneers. Josh Freeman and the Bucs would take over first today, faced with a 2nd and 11, and his receiver is gonna break wide open across the 50-yard line. Setting up now a fresh set of downs from the 25 as Freeman moves to the right and throws to the left for a touchdown. And the Buccaneers go up 7-0 early on as the Rams take over. Sam Bradford looking to continue his success after a fantastic game last week in his NFL debut, but he's going to put the football on the ground and Tampa Bay is going to recover it. And it wasn't a touchdown, but they would convert that into 3 easy points. Nearing the end of the first half now, Bradford looking to make up for that mistake, but he's going to compound it this time with an interception to the Tampa Bay defense, now giving the Buccaneers a chance to go up 3 possessions before halftime. Just under a minute and a half to go from the 14-yard line, Freeman back to throw, scanning, going to the right side, just short of the end zone. But with a minute to go on 2nd and goal, it would be Williams fighting his way in for the Buccaneers. There was still some time on the clock, so we had a chance to get some points on the board, but this is going to be tipped and intercepted. And that would be 2 interceptions on the day for Bradford, looking not as good as last week. This game definitely seems to be his welcome to the NFL moment, but we would find the end zone eventually. As moving to the fourth quarter, this game wasn't as far out of reach as we thought it was, but Sam Bradford would throw his third interception near the end zone. Our defense would get a stop, and we were down by 10 with less than a minute to go. It was not looking great for us, but just maybe Sam Bradford had some magic he could pull off as he would get us down inside the 5. And then on first and goal with only 6 seconds left would find Donnie Avery for the touchdown. This game would come down to an onside kick with 3 seconds left, and Tampa Bay was going to recover it. And so we would not be able to pull off the win on the road as Sam Bradford struggled heavily today against this Buccaneers defense, throwing for only 197 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, and 1 fumble. Our next game was at home against the Panthers, so hopefully he could turn things around. But although this Panther team was in last place at the NFC South, they had a pretty good defense and were on a 3-game winning streak. Not a lot had happened in this first quarter of play as we jumped to under 2 minutes, the Panthers with the ball. And we are coming out in our throwback LA Rams uniforms in this game as Matt Moore is getting his offense down the field. And then on second and goal, Moore would drop back to throw and he would loft this up to the end zone for a touchdown. And the Panthers would strike first as we jump ahead to the second quarter where we're going for it on fourth down. Donnie Avery would pull that in for the first down as now we are setting up the halfback screen to Steven Jackson. Down to the 8-yard line where on first and goal, Sam Bradford would find his fullback out of the backfield. And we would tie it up at 7 apiece with a minute to go, but there was still time for Matt Moore and the Panthers offense to get some points on the board. As that deep pass would be completed down the right sideline, now Moore on second and 2 would find LaFell in the end zone for 6. That would be Matt Moore's second touchdown pass of the game, first for Brandon LaFell, but we still had some time on the clock. Our rookie Sam Bradford looking to get us down the field. Only 12 seconds left though as this would go to the right side. Our rookie receiver Marty Gilliard would pull that in, setting us up for an easy field goal attempt before half. And it would be a 14-10 lead for Carolina headed into the second half. We had a chance to change that though on this possession as neither team had scored yet in the third quarter and it was nearing the end. And now had that opportunity on second and goal from the 1 as Sam Bradford would find Marty Gilliard for a touchdown. That rookie-to-rookie connection has been so good in these first few games between Bradford and Gilliard. But now in the fourth quarter, we needed to get a stop against Carolina's offense and Jonathan Stewart was running all over us. Down to the 12-yard line now, out of the I formation, it would be a handoff to Goodson this time, who hurdles over a defender untouched into the end zone. And now we needed a touchdown as a field goal would not be enough for us. That play would go absolutely nowhere, now faced with a 3rd and 13, Sam Bradford going left side. And that would be knocked incomplete as with over 2 minutes still to go, we would make it a 1-point game with a field goal but would need the ball back. And in order to do so, would need to get a stop here on 3rd and 2. A first down would seal this game for the Panthers and Jonathan Stewart picks it up. And we are going to lose our second straight game here at home to the Carolina Panthers. Sam Bradford by any means did not have a bad game today, but the main storyline early on in this season for us has been our inability to run the ball with Steven Jackson. We aren't the worst team in the league, but we are in the bottom half of rushing yards on the season. And offensive line is one of the positions we need to upgrade this year, but let's hope we can get that run game turned around in this next game against the 49ers. It was time to kick off our 9th game of the season as we are underway here in San Francisco. Fielding the ball at the 4-yard line is Hill, and he's going to put the football on the ground. Foster's going to pick it up for us, and he's going to slip through his own teammates and take it to the end zone for 6. What a fantastic start for our special teams, and now our defense is going to get in on it as James Laurinaitis picks off Alex Smith, then we'll take it back for a pick 6. 2 quick touchdowns for us, and our offense hasn't even seen the field yet today as the 49ers take over, looking to make up for this. Down by 14, faced with a 4th and 3 just past midfield. No surprise, their offense is going to stay on the field here, and they're going to pick it up. Michael Crabtree down inside the 10 into the end zone. And just like that, it is only a one-possession game here with just over 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Alex Smith looking to get his offense down the field and try to tie this game up before halftime as Frank Gore out of the backfield has the first. And now a 2nd and 6 from the 15, under a minute and a half to go. Pressure coming. Alex Smith gets it off in time again to Michael Crabtree. Down inside the 5-yard line, where on 2nd and goal, it's going to be Coffey taking it in for the 49ers to tie it up. So our special teams and defense came out swinging to start this game, but our offense not so much. And trying to find any life in this offense, we would go for it on 4th and 10 and would convert, as now this drive is looking promising. Our rookie receiver, Marty Gilliard, getting us down to the 16-yard line, and then it's Robinson inside the 5, where on 3rd and goal, Bradford would drop back, and that's going to be overthrown. It looked like his tight end slipped, as our receivers have been having trouble finding their footing in this game. But that would give us a 3-point lead, and San Francisco needs to pick up a first down here. And they would make the decision to punt the ball away, and now all we had to do was run out the rest of the clock with a couple more first downs. And the run game was working great for us today, as we would kneel out the rest of the clock and walk away with a narrow 17-14 victory against the 49ers on the road, with a big day from our defense today. We weren't throwing it as much as it was very wet conditions, but Bradford still looked good. And just last game, I was talking about how we needed to get the running game going, and we did exactly that today with Steven Jackson. 9 games into season number 1, we are currently sitting at 5-4, second in our division, and we were just out of the playoff picture, sitting at the number 9 seed right now in the NFC Conference. Surprisingly, Sam Bradford and AJ Feely have had almost an identical start through their first 5 games each, and maybe our rushing attack isn't as bad as I was making it out to be, as Steven Jackson is looking really good, averaging 4 yards a carry. I think we can all agree the surprise standout so far this season is our rookie wide receiver Marty Gilliard, as he, along with Sam Bradford, are both in contention for NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think anyone was going to argue that James Laurinaitis was going to be our leading defensive anchor on this team, but we're going to need all the help we can get, as next episode we have 2 tough matchups against 2 of the top teams in the NFC. Hopefully we can squeak out some wins and stay above 500 as we continue season number 1 next episode.